Thanks for the heads up, Cheesy. Jesus Christ, I just did a whole goddamn I did a whole damn intro there for no reason. Okay, I'm here now. Let's try that. Let me know if you guys can hear me. You should be able to now. But okay, so the purpose of this video is going to be to serve as or this stream, I guess, is a purpose. The purpose is to serve as somewhat of a tutorial on how guys like me, Hookup Guy, Artoom, Gojo Sensei, how we all make these custom environments you guys see and play with out there in the community. So first things first, what we want to do is we want to find, you want to establish what the hell you even want to make. So I have an idea. There's this one gym in Chicago. I got to figure out what it is. I think it's something to do with Converse or something. Let's see if we can find it here. It's in downtown Chicago. I think this is what we're going to try to make right now. Well, maybe not. Cheesy and I are working on the K54 that's in Paris, France. And maybe I'll work on that. What do you guys think? What? Cheesy, shut the fuck up, dog. What do you guys think? Should I do this? This right here? I wouldn't be able. Keep in mind, I'm not going to be able to get too far on a complete build of an arena tonight because this stuff just takes way too damn long. You'll see. But we could do this, or let me look up the other one. Or we could do this right here. Oh shit! One second. Let me open the image in new tab. Which one we doing, guys? K54? I think that might be the one. I see some stuff over here we may not be able to get 100%. Unless there's some fountains in park or something. I think there are. Yeah, Cheesy, I got it, bro. I already got it downloaded and everything. So this might be what we go with here. I already know what stands I'm going to use here. I could pull in some tree files, get them in the background. I already know I can get the Eiffel Tower in there. Yeah, this is actually... the K54 is actually going to be a pretty easy creation. So we'll do it. I'll be able to get a lot farther on it than I will anything else. So, Cheesy sent me the... let me hide those DMs real quick, What kind of wild shit Cheesy and I got going back and forth to each other in there. Jesus Christ. Alright, let me see. We got the file in here. Let me find my floor real quick. There it is right there. Okay, so Cheesy gave me this this stadium file. It's got the K54 court in it, and we're gonna use it as the base to build the environment we're gonna build right now. So I'll also assign it to, let's say, the Lakers for now. So we'll sign this real quick. We'll use my mods test folder here, and we'll go from there. Let me pull up chat real quick again. Leak the DMs we both canceled. Dominus, what's up, bro? Alright, so let's get this going here. We got the stadium file in there. Let me change my mods folder here. Let me get you guys some fucking... I should get something playing in the background for you guys so it's not just my fucking voice. And no, there's gonna be a lot of downtime going on here. God damn it, fucking... Alright, let me get the test folder activated real quick. So, just to show you guys what we're working with off rip. We're gonna open up the the K54 floor that Cheesy's created. He's put it in this environment for us. Okay, oh, it looks like I've done that wrong. Let me go look real quick. S015. Did I activate the wrong mods folder? No, it might be because I removed the stadium files. Let me restart 2K. And just to let you guys know, this is gonna be a tedious process. This isn't gonna work. Like, there's probably gonna be so many problems in the creation of this because there's just too many small things you can fuck up. I mean, when we get to editing the scene file, missing a single comma, fucking up a space, fucking up a tab, anything, it'll make your whole stadium, your whole environment go blank. So we're gonna have to really make sure we get this right. I'm gonna have to remove the Lakers floor here. Yeah, top floor Vodish, bro. Alright. So let me get the Lakers real quick. We're gonna remove their floor because this is just a stadium file. The stadium file has the floor built in. We don't want to use a floor here. We can get rid of that by just removing the floor file out of 2K Tools. And maybe now we can actually show you guys what we got going here. The Crane Grape hitting different tonight, you know. Alright. What the fuck is going on? I got the share folder in here. Cheesy Dog, I think you sent me a virus, dude. This is weird. I don't know why this isn't working for me. Let me check and make sure there's no special shared files I need to download for these environments from these are Louis environments, so there might be some files I need to download here that yep, there it is, shared folder. Let's drag this in here real quick. Let's go ahead and replace them, it's fine. Alright, let's restart the game. I think shared files load off are up. No, I haven't tried Blacktop, but it shouldn't matter regardless. There it is. What's up, my boy? All right, let's see if we can get the shit working now. If this doesn't work, I'll just start from scratch. Oh, I think yeah, it's working now. Unfortunately, I did not move the floor file, so it'll be there. Disregard the flashing floor file. We'll have that out of there the next time we test it. But here we are. I'll show you the environment we're working with to start. Hope you guys don't have a seizure watching this. We've actually already got a lot of trees in here to use. That's good. I'm not sure what type of... I don't know if we need like a city backdrop or not. Might have to move those a little bit out of the way. We can put the Eiffel Tower... let me see the orientation of the court here. Let's see this again. Okay, so the Eiffel Tower goes on this side over here. So yeah, we could get that Eiffel Tower in decently far back there. Make it really big so it stands out. Get some of this stuff cleared out of the environment, which is really easy to do actually. I'll show you guys how to do that. So let's get this thing started. Moody boy, what's up, buddy? Alright, so we're gonna I think, do you guys know if there's like a fountain anywhere in the game? Because if we look here, we got like fountains and stuff back here. Is that a thing? Are there like fountains in the game or anything? I thought there was on like the park environment somewhere. I swear to God there was, but I may be wrong. Yeah, I was on the verge, Cheesy. But for now, we'll gather the assets to we're gonna go gather the assets to get some of the stuff in here. I think first we'll start with the first we can start with this K54 sideline stuff here. We can start with that. Looks like we got a little bit of a scores table going over here. 2 little panels. Oh, it's the whole thing's a scores table. So actually what we can do is we can duplicate the Concha Del Mar. Yeah. Fucking Concha Del Mar, Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's a fountain in the Park Shopping Center. That's what I was thinking. So maybe we can put those out there as like in place of it or something. Where I'm gonna start with the these LED boards on the side, the scores tables type shit. We'll duplicate. We're gonna put one in there. You guys will see, but we're gonna put one in there that kind of matches this model, and then we're gonna duplicate it 3 more times and put it in these other places. So to start, let's go ahead and go get the. Let's see here. Let's go into My League real quick, and we can. A lot of this stuff, a lot of these files for things like scores tables and stuff, they're readily available in My League. Like you can just see them anytime you want, and you can see what they look like, and you can just pull them straight from the game files and just drag and drop at that point. So let's hit up. Let's go to the where's it at? Let's go to Design Arena real quick. Okay. So once we're in here, let's go to the scores table. Well, let's find which one of these is the best. This one right here is not. Oh, it's got 2 panels on the side. Right now, scores table 1's probably good. Yeah, we'll rock with scores table 1. So let's go grab the files for that. So we have our stadium file right here. It's s015.f. We'll keep that there for now. Real quick, let me find this other folder real fast. Just drag it to the side, get this other one. And I have the whole 2K manifest exported, which if you have the space available, I recommend doing it. If not, then you can just search for these files. It'll be in these exact directories you see here. So in the screate, which means it stands for Stadium Crate, the screate folder, we can go in there and you'll see they got Arena 001, Arena 002. These are all the template arenas that 2K gives you to create this stuff. So we have them all there. At this point, they're literally drag and drop when you see them in here. You got the baskets, you can drag and drop those, all that stuff. Items, these files right here, items, these are the scores tables. This is scores tables, the sticky pads on the floor, things like that. So 1 is what we're going to take. We're going to simply just drag it into, I think I already got S015 opened up. No, I don't. Okay, we're going to just drag and drop. Literally just Control A, everything in items 01. We're going to just drag and drop it right in there. And bam, we have a scores table there. We might as well go ahead and get the baskets in there. I might actually, just for the hell of it right now, Artum's next gen stanchions are pretty much that. Or, you know what, let's just go. Let's not rip Artum's work just yet, you know what I'm saying? Don't want to get them too salty about it. Let's see what we got here. None of these are even really close, but we can use basket 1 for now. That's fine. So we're going to go back to screate, grab basket 001. Same as the items. We're just going to drag and drop those into our stadium file. There we go. So we got new baskets. We got the scores table. That's going to be a start for us. Let me real quick. Let me go grab a floor file to get rid of, so we don't have to keep editing this in 2K Tools. Let me grab a This will be a first little tutorial for you guys here. So if you go grab any file in game, and go into their floor.scene, go all the way to the bottom, you'll see a section here called Object. Now I recommend you guys read the scene guide by Mahmoud and I. It'll give you a better understanding of what all this shit does, what it means, all that stuff. But just to simplify for you guys, if you go to this object section right here and you just highlight the objects inside of it and just delete them, they're gone. They'll be gone from the game. So if there's ever like anything you guys want to remove from an environment, a stadium, anything, just simply just go in there, delete that stuff, and make sure the formatting is correct, you know, just like this, and you're good to go. So we'll go ahead and save the file, update it in there. I just realized I made that floor F014. We need to make this 15 now. Okay, so that'll give us our scores. We now should have scores table in there, a basket. Actually, looks like a scores table is going to get us baseline scores table too. So we'll have a scores table, we'll have a new basket, and the floor will be gone now. Let's see how this looks. It's on Lakers. And real quick, actually, let me get something playing for you guys here. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Alright, hopefully that's not too overbearing for you guys. Let me check the audio real quick. Oh, you guys aren't even getting that, are you? Alright, hopefully that isn't too overbearing. Let me know if you guys can hear that music or not, just to make it a little less fucking boring for you guys. But let's go ahead and let's alright, there it is. So we got our new baskets in here. We got benches now because we put in the items. Part of the items is the benches. So that's another easy way to put in benches in any environment you want. And just like the floor, if you wanted to get rid of the scores table and you just wanted to put benches in your environment, you simply go to the items.scene and you delete the LED out of the object section. But now we got the scores table, baskets, all that good-ish, right? So let's go ahead and just duplicate. Let's get the scores table moved. I got to think about where these benches are positioned real quick. Okay, so it looks like what we can do is we can have the players actually sit behind the scores tables. So real quick, we will go grab this scores table and we'll put it right here on the sideline to start. I might be lagging too, Cheesy, my bad. This lo-fi stream is playing in the back, so it's probably not helping the fact, bro. Alright, let's get this oh shit, I went to the arena.scene. We need to go to the items.scene for the scores table. So scores table elements, all that, it's going to be in the items.scene, like I've been saying. So we're going to do a Control F, and we're going to search backwards for object, so we can get to the object section of the scene file here. And here we are, so here's all the objects. Real quick, we'll just search for LED. Okay, that's not that, so let's search for scores table. Let's search for that. Okay. Oh, it's called score table, I think, actually. Yep. Alright, so we got items, score table, props. This probably... Yeah, facts, Cheesy. I don't know who made that, bro, but they're nuts. They Sigma as fuck. Alright, so we got the score table geo and score table reflection. You'll need to move both of these. Anything you do, you'll need to do these both as a whole, because if you don't, you're going to get issues where you'll have, you know, the reflection's not going to come along with the score table. So how we're going to move this, we have the scores table there. Let me show you guys something real quick. I I don't know if, can you guys see my mouse on screen? I don't even know if you can. Yeah, you can. Okay. So by default 2K orientation, axis orientation here, this is going to be a big part of moving things within the scene file. So up and down obviously is the Y axis, right? That's not very hard to understand. This is a math class at this point. So you got the up and down, which is the Y axis. You got this is where things get kind of weird and tricky. You would think since up and down is the Y axis, this is the X axis long ways, but that's not the case. Actually, how we should look at this is probably this way. So the way orientation is going to work when we're moving this stuff in the scene is we have the up and down Y axis, we have left and right, the X axis, and then we're going to have the Z axis, which is baseline to baseline. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and go back in the scene here. And with that understanding, we're going to put a comma here. You got to understand, you want to keep the same format here, because this is code in here. So one thing about programming is there's certain formatting you have to follow, or else you're going to break everything. You're going to break the way it's read. So all this stuff is delimited by commas here. So we're going to add a comma after item score table geo. We're going to hit enter to add a new line. And we're going to type translate. Translate is the parameter that tells the game to move objects or place them in different areas in the scene. So the score table by default right now is at 0. It's going to be at 0, 0, 0. Like its default location is 0, 0, 0. X, Y, Z. And with that, even though it's offset, where it's at, offset from the center here, that is its 0, 0, 0 location. So now that we understand that, we can move it to the we can move it right here. So let's put this one over to the right. We're going to just to tell you guys, from baseline to baseline, from center court to baseline is gonna run. It's gonna be about 1500 positive. So going right, you're going positive. Going left, you're going negative. So we're gonna move this on the Z axis, left to right here, baseline to baseline. We're gonna move it right, and let's say baseline's about 1500 to 1800, somewhere in there. We're gonna move this. Let's do about 850. Let's move this to the right about 850. So we're gonna go 0.0 on the X axis, 0.0 on the Y, because we want to stay at same location X and Y, and then on the Z axis we're gonna go ahead and do that 850 .0 right there. And let's go ahead and just copy and paste this right here. We actually don't need the comma. Let's get that in there. We don't need this other comma, so I put another comma in here. We gotta make sure we delete that to keep the formatting right. And there we go. So the score table and the score table reflection is all gonna translate together. We're gonna go ahead and save this, and we're gonna back out here, and we're gonna see where it put this stuff. I'll actually go into 2KU to make this a little quicker. What's up, Lethanos? A lot of the stuff you've been asking about, man, we're going over in this video, this stream. So I'm gonna keep this stream up on the channel here, so anybody can go back and watch it anytime they want. All right, so here we are. You see the score table has moved to the right. 850 was almost the exact value we needed, actually. So we're gonna move it up just slightly to get it out of the way of the benches. Maybe we can keep it there. This stuff right here is score table props, so we'll need to move it along with our scores table, actually. So let's go ahead and move that right with the scores table. And because the scores table's kind of invading our benches here, we're gonna move it out. We're gonna move it across the X-axis negatively, because, you know, positive. This is the weird part. Okay, so on the X-axis, left is actually going to be, it depends on what side of the court you're looking at it from. Positive is going to move it up the court. Negative is going to move it down the court. So let's go ahead and get the score table props moved over, and we're going to move the scores table down the court a little bit on the X-axis, about 125 or so. Let's see where that puts us. And if you guys wonder why I do this through the scene file and not through Blender, it's because doing this through Blender, you're going to get you're just going to run into errors 24/7. You're never going to get anywhere. At least that's from my experience. Our Blender plugin's outdated. This method works 100% of the time as long as you're doing it correctly. So let's go ahead and get this. We're going to go -125 on the scores table. We're going to go ahead and apply that translate to the reflection as well as the scores table props. So let's go ahead and put a comma here, add this line, get that translate in there. So make sure the tabs line up here. All right, there we go. So we got how's it, guys? By the way, guys, how's the music volume? Is it too loud? Because on my end, holy shit, I am fucking getting my ears blasted out of my ass. Let me turn it down a little bit. Hey guys, hey Opal, hey King J Maze, what's up? Hope you guys doing good. I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit on you guys end. There we go. Okay. So all right, this should apply the movement we want here to the scores table. Let's see what happens. All right, thanks, Cheesy. So let's go back in here. We'll see. We'll check this out. It should have, the scores table should be out of the way now. It actually might be a little too far. It might be too short. Who knows? Oh yeah, we got the old Sour Patch Kids, Dorna baby. The fictional high school hoops original. Am I right? Inside joke, by the way. Look at it over here. Let's check this out. So there we go. Scores table basically works now. Well, we have a little bit of an issue. The scores table guys are going to be there in the way. The scores table LEDs, we still got to move those. We can just copy and paste our translate values there. We can move this scores table. I'm starting to think maybe we need to just move the benches back to make this easier on us, because we're going to have a lot of issues right now. So we'll go ahead and move the benches back. Actually, that'll be what we do last, just to get things in place here and give you guys a little more of an example of what we're doing. We have the scores table, right? We have the props. Let's get the LED. Yeah, facts, bro. Let's get the scores table LEDs. Items replay monitor. Where is that at? Because I actually don't see that anywhere. Okay, maybe that's just there. I don't actually see a replay monitor anywhere over here. Okay. And by the way, guys, this little these shadows on the floor, they're from the light map. We'll just take that out here soon. Let's find these LEDs here. Items end of quarter on. That might be it right there. End of quarter light. Okay, so all these are probably it, actually. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and copy this translate real quick. Let's get it on the score table reflection. End of quarter on reflection. Let's go ahead and just add this translate to these. We're going to add these translates to these so we can... They have to be the LEDs that were on there. Make sure our formatting's right here. Add a comma after that. Make sure I put... that would have broke the whole arena right there if I didn't add that comma. Same with this one. Actually, what the fuck? Okay, we're good. I don't know how this was working this whole time. We had some missing shit. Okay, we got the end of quarter light. We need to add this translate to. Add the comma. I think this is pretty much it at this point. We could actually remove the props as a whole if we wanted to. We're not going to do that, though. That's the easy way out. Alright, so we have that there. Later on, we're going to move the benches out of the way. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get the other scores tables in here. So let's go item scores table geo. We're just going to duplicate it. So the easy way to duplicate an object in a scene. Yeah, cheesy, I'm almost done, bro. But easy way to duplicate an object in a scene is literally copy its block of code here. So you got item score table geo. We're going to copy its block, and we're just going to rename its name. This is the name. This is basically the name of the object. It doesn't mean anything other than the fact that it tells the game that there is another object. Because if I just duplicated this and left the name the same, I'm not sure it'll actually make the proper, the second, whatever 1 second it'll probably use actually. So we got to rename this. So we got item score table geo. We're gonna call this one geo far left, and actually, let me call this one far right, just to label these better for us so we can understand what's in here. So we have our far left now, and we're gonna translate it. So on the z-axis right now, where it's at 850, which puts it on the right side. We're gonna go ahead and translate that negatively, and it'll put it at the exact same place on the left side. So we're gonna switch the z translate to negative 850 now, and we're gonna do the exact same thing with every other thing we got here. So let's take the item score table reflection. We'll call this one reflection underscore far left. Same thing, negative. End of quarter. We'll do all these too. Actually, for now, let's not even worry about that. Let's just get the other scores tables over there and see what happens. That should all work. If not, we'll get a blank arena. So let's find out what happens. I hope you guys are actually able to learn something from this. I know I'm moving kind of fast, but at the same time, the reason I'm moving so quickly is because I want to actually get something done so you guys can see tangible evidence. Like, there you go. So you guys can actually see tangibly what the fuck is getting done. So we got two of these, we got our two, where's my picture here? We got our two tables in. They could actually probably be a little bit wider. Let's see. Yeah, for sure. So now I'm going to show you guys how scaling works. So say let's make it, we want to make it a little longer, just like those are. We'll go ahead and control F back to the scores tables. Let me get back up to the scores table geo, far right. Now we're going to add our next parameter, which is, so let's add a comma to the end of the translate. We're going to add another parameter here. And I'm going to put it in quotes. We're going to type scale, just like this. This is going to allow us to scale our object. So this is going to be scaling it across the z-axis, you know, because we're going baseline to baseline. So let's go 0, 0 on the x. Oh no, you don't want to do 0. Okay, with scaling, it works on multiples. So a 1.0 scale is going to leave it at the scale of the original object. So we're going to go 1.0 x, 1.0 y, and we'll go. Let's see, how much bigger do we want to make this? We just want to increase it, I'd say almost 15% here. So we'll just do a we would literally do a 1.15. That should increase our size about 15%. And we'll go ahead and just add this parameter to both of these now. Go ahead and just copy and paste it. And now after scaling, you might have to make some a little bit of changes. So let's get the reflections moved over. Let's get these commas put in here. Let's get the reflection on the left one. And I might actually go ahead. I might even take the scores table guys out of there completely. That'd be an easy way to go ahead and just get rid of them, make sure we have no conflicts with the guys on the benches or anything. So we put those scales in, we've saved our file. Let's go ahead and back out and look at this again. At the least tonight, I want to show you guys, I've already showed you a little bit of how to add models from separate scenes, but I want to show you guys like completely from scratch how I take one single object from a separate if file and put it into another one. But as you guys can see here, we've scaled the objects. They're a little wider now than before. If we wanted to, we could translate them a little closer on the z-axis. But for now, for demonstration purposes, that's fine. The infamous NY, what's up, brother? Yeah, I'm gonna show you here, like you're saying, arena files to the Blender. It's never consistent. You'll get errors 24/7. You'll never be able to export shit. It just doesn't work good. Which there's methods we use in Blender sometimes with this, but off rip we can just use, if we're just using straight up objects from the game, we can do everything through the scene file. So this will act as a tutorial for that. But okay, so let's say we got 2 scores tables in here now. We have the issue here with the guys who are going to be at the scores table. They're going to be in the way of the players. So what we can actually do, we're going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit right now. We're going to take scores tables props completely out of here, actually. So let's take scores tables props out of there. We'll leave the end of quarter stuff on there. Replay monitor. I don't even know where the replay monitor is at. I don't see it anywhere. Courtside crowds, that also comes with this. For now, we're going to leave it. And this is where we come to where we need to investigate a little further, because I need to figure out. Lethanos, we're not going over that today, man. That's not what this is about, man. So I'm gonna show you guys that we like what happens when you don't know the name of an object in a scene. So right now we have these scores table seats right here, and we don't know the name. We don't know the object name of them. You know, we got so many here: items, courtside high, Gatorade, chairs, wave reflection. We have so many file names here. We don't know what the hell's what. This is typically where I'm gonna go ahead and take this into Blender, actually, just to see the name of the object. So we actually might still have our, we got our items.scene that we originally took right here. Just for quick purposes, I'm gonna create a new folder and call it items scene, and we're just gonna dump all the contents from this items.scene directly into this folder. That's so we can open it up in Blender. And then we're going to go into Blender. I'm just going to go ahead and assume you guys already have all this Blender set up and everything like that going. Because it's just the model imported you'd use to make a cyber face or anything of that nature. Tutorials on that all over the place, especially TG So Good's channel. So we're going to go ahead and open that items.scene inside of here. Can you show how to get a Mari Bailey in fictional high school hoops? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you guys don't understand how many times I got asked. I gotta find the folder here. How many times I got asked if fictional high school hoops had real players in it? Like, what the hell is that? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and open items.scene in Blender. Let it import. It might hang for a second because there's a lot going on here. Okay, so now we got it in. Sometimes the scene's too big. If you just hit A, select all, double click to scale. We're gonna go ahead and type 0.1, 0.1, 0.1 in all axes. That's gonna shorten it up so we can actually see the whole thing, because 2K's objects are crazy big. Okay, so we're gonna look here, and we want to know the name of the benches here, which actually it looks like the benches are part of the scores table geo. They're attached to it. So what we might do here, oh man, you guys can hear my PC. Damn, is it really that loud? My fault. Let me see. Damn, I can't believe you guys can hear that shit. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we have our chairs that we want to remove right here, and they're actually part of the score table geo, which causes us an issue where we can't separate the two through the scene file. So what we're gonna do is, well, there's ways to do it, and maybe I'll actually show you right now. So we understand that the chairs are actually together, right? They're part of the scores table. So if we expand this a little bit, we can see the vertex groups of the score table here. And if we go to the vertex tab in Blender, here's everything. So let's go to edit mode real quick. And let's just go through here and kind of select different things here. There we go. So seat, chair, 3 shape is the scores table. They're the scores table chairs. If we want to make a custom scene real quick, what we could do is take these and literally just send them into the shadow realm here. We can just fucking take them and yeet them out of there. So now they're out of there, and items.scene is pretty small. The odds that we'll have an error, pretty small. I can't promise. And so we'll try to export it now. I can't promise it'll work, but let's try to export from Blender real quick and get these out of here. And it looks like it might actually work. It's hanging a little bit. It'll do that. It'll say it's not responding, but that's okay. It is responding. You just got to give it a second. And I just realized I fucked up, so give me a second. I got to scale this back up. It's still at 0.1 scale. I got to scale it back up to its original size here. Wow, Blender really isn't responding right now. Man, what the hell is going on? That is not that much to information. That's a lot of vertexes, though. There's a lot of like high resolution vertex, high vertex objects in here. Okay, okay, so it exported, but the problem is it's all the wrong size. So we're gonna go ahead and let me select everything again. We're gonna scale it up by 10 times because we scaled it down 10 times. Scale it back up 10 times. Alright, so we got that. Now we're going to export again. Let it do its thing. Hopefully it doesn't hang too bad again. Yeah, Domus, I wouldn't say I have too crazy of a PC. Probably not any crazier than like the average. I mean, above, I guess. It's above average. I don't know. Somehow I'm able to run all this at once. I don't know. Praise God for RAM, right? I gotta sit here and wait for this to export. So this is basically where the Blender kind of portion of this comes in, where when there's an object in game that you can't necessarily manipulate through the scene, you would need to take it into Blender through the scene file, which is ways to kind of create custom scenes to bring any object in here. But this is how you would do it. You would put it into Blender, you would make whatever edits you want to the object itself, and then you're gonna export it right back out. So we have this exported model now of this scores table, and we're literally just gonna grab this right here. And since we've already got the changes made in the scene, when we put these objects in, it should just work off rip. Those tables will be, or the seating here will be gone now. So let's go see how this worked for us. This stream's probably a nice ASMR stream if I had to guess. A lot of boring shit going on. Lo-fi music. Okay, so that did work. As you see now, those chairs that were there originally that were giving us the issues, they're gone now. So we don't have to deal with those anymore. They're out the way. And now we can actually, if we wanted to, we get players on the benches there. These light maps, we'll get those removed later on. But for now, we have 2 scores tables. The slip mats need to be removed, so let's go ahead and get those out of the way. And then we're going to duplicate these scores tables on the other side of the court. So let's get these slip mats out of here, which actually seem to be... Ooh, okay. They actually seem to be part of the items scene as well. So, fuck it. Let's just go in here. Let's see. I swear to God, those are part of the scene here. Let me see. Maybe not. Okay, I guess they're not. So we'll go ahead and do that through Blender also. We got the other one changed up here. We'll go ahead and grab these slip mats out of here as well. They're part of the scores table geo. Let's go ahead and edit mode. We're going to have to do one more Blender export. Sorry, dudes. Let me select these. Yeet them into the fucking shadow realm. Alright, get them out of here. Go back to object mode. And then we can just export this once again. Sorry we have to keep waiting on these exports. I wish we didn't have to. While we do, I guess we could take a look at okay, let me close out of cheat engine here. We don't need that anymore. Alright. I guess while it's exporting, I can show you guys the lighting I've been working on. Some of you guys have probably already seen it, but I've got to a point today where like it's looking wild as hell. I know it's not necessarily realistic or simulation or anything, but like when it's so pretty. I don't care if it's not realistic. I'm gonna play with it. I got some things to fix the crowd to make it a little more natural, lighting wise. Right now, everyone in the crowd is black facing because I fucked up when I was doing texture work. So got a little racism going on in the crowd. We're gonna go ahead and fix that later on. But okay, so we got the slip maps moved now. We're gonna go ahead and drag these exports back in to the scene or to the if file. That'll help us. That'll remove the slip mats. We're gonna go back into the scene real quick, and we're gonna rotate. We're gonna go ahead and rotate these objects around. Goods, man, it's coming soon. I've got basically the base I want to use for it, so it'll be coming very, very soon. Dominus, man, I got you. If you tell me what you want, man, you know you can hit me up on Twitter, man. Let me know what you want. I can put that lighting anywhere you want, and that'd be dope as hell, man. Let's get the scores table geo. Now we're gonna want to put it on the other side of the floor, so we're gonna make another copy of it. We're gonna call this one close right because it's gonna be the close one on the right side. Now we're gonna be rotating it. We're gonna be rotating it 180 degrees. I don't actually think I need to make any changes here. So let's just go. Let's just add a rotation parameter here. So we're going to go ahead and do what we did with the translate and scale. We're going to add a comma. And we're going to add a parameter called rotate, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll be rotating this on the y-axis. So the way you want to think about rotation is it's basically, think about it as if you were to take one axis on a straight line and just turn it. So if I was twisting the y-axis, the object would be moving around the y-axis like that. If I was twisting the x-axis, it'd be moving around that way. So we're going to go ahead and just apply a y-axis rotation of 180 degrees, which I will show you guys. The axis rotations are weird as hell. I've had to actually do a lot of this and come up with this, come up with some of these values myself just through testing. So we're going to open up this file I have called rotate scene info. A 180 degree rotation is 3.1388. I know it's weird as hell and it's random as shit, but positively is going to rotate clockwise, negatively is going to rotate counterclockwise. So we're going to go 3.1388. This actually might even put it on the far left. So we might have to end up changing the object name here later on. So let's go ahead and do this. Actually, okay, we'll stick with this for now. We'll just see how this ends up. So we got the rotate in there for the score table close right. It might not be on the right. We'll find out when we go back in game. Let's see where this ends up. Let me pull you guys' chat back up here. Okay. right. So our other scores table is actually, oh, that's right. Wait, is that right? No. Let me look. It is exactly where we thought it would be. So it's close, right? It's actually, we need to translate it positively 125 since we did do a rotation on the y-axis. Its position on the x-axis is actually a little different. So let's go back to close right here, if I can find it. We're going to change this translate right here. It's on negative 125 right now. We're going to go ahead and just remove the negative. That'll fix its position. And since that worked so well, we'll go ahead and do the same thing with the left one. We'll get the scores table geo far left. We'll go ahead and just call this close left. We'll change that to a positive number. And we'll add the exact same rotation to this one. So add the comma. We're going to paste that rotation in there. And we'll do the same thing. We're not going to mess with reflections right now. I'll move to that later on when I'm in cleanup mode. Let's actually see how this looks in a game environment real quick. The scores table guys, now that I think about it, are actually still going to be there. I'm able to move them through the scene file, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Let me get 2K's audio muted here. Oh, it's already muted. Okay. Realistically, this environment is going to take me a week and a half, 2 weeks, but I'm going to try to show you guys as much as I can here before I get off this stream tonight. So we have all four. We should have all four side tables. Yep. And as you see, the scores tables, guys, we haven't updated their position in the scene yet, which is possible. I could actually take one of these scores tables, guys, if I wanted to, and like sit them on top of the basket if I wanted. Like I could do anything I want with them. I can position them anywhere I want. But we're gonna go ahead and leave them there. We're gonna remove them actually here in just a minute. But we do have this now with these guys on the we got these guys on the side behind the scores tables now, which is pretty dope. We got the other ones here. We'll get a crowd behind them in just a minute, and I will show you guys how we're going to do that. So here is where we are going to get into the part where you add items from outside of the... We're going to add items from completely outside of this if file. So the bleachers here, as you see, they don't look anything like the bleachers we're going to need for the K54. It's the bleachers are too big in the K54, or the bleachers in the game are too small to be compatible with the K54. Well, luckily there is a bleachers model in game that fits almost this exact format exactly. It's the Chinese stadium that they have in game, the Shanghai Bears one. So real quick, we're gonna go snatch the ID of it, and I'm gonna show you guys how to pull the files, separate models from outside of the if file you're working with into this one. So let's go to the relocation, and luckily our man TG So Good has all these things uploaded for us, so if I want to, I can go in here and just simply download this. Go into 2K Tools, and we got S067 is what we're gonna pull. So let's go ahead, hit F8 to open the exporter. We're gonna get S067 here, and we'll go back to our exports folder. We're gonna grab S067. And since this is my test folder, I'm just throwing files in here. You guys definitely shouldn't just your actual mods folder, like throw shit around in here in folders. So we're gonna go ahead and put S067 as a folder. I'm gonna paste it in here to grab it real quick, open up its if, And we're gonna drag all its contents into here so we can grab everything we need very quickly and get out of here. So we want to take the bleachers from this arena. So what we're gonna do is go into the arena.scene, and actually the easiest way to do this, we're gonna open this up in Blender. So let me go ahead and actually close out of Blender real quick. Go back in if I can. Let's see. Okay. We're gonna go back into Blender, open that stadium up in here. This is gonna be an easy way to tell what the this will be our easiest way to tell what the model for the bleachers is called. After this imports, it might take a second. This is actually a full-on stadium. I hope you guys are seeing like how AIDS this process can be. Like, it can be tedious as hell. Alright, so we got our let's go ahead and scale everything down again so we can actually see it. Scale it all down 10 times. 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Okay, so we got our okay. So we got our stadium here. And the bleachers we want to grab. Let's see here. It looks like we got a couple things we need to grab here. We got group 292 and the actual base for the bleachers itself. Let's see if this is it. Let's see what we got here. There's a lot here to actually grab. You have to use the 2K18 port. Kyle, not necessarily. I use the 2K18 importer because I've had the best compatibility with it. And with it and Blender 2.75. And I think 2K18 importer is actually the only one that's compatible with 2.75. Hence the reason I use it. Other than that, you can use the 19, 21. This is the one I've had the best compatibility with everything I do. So that's the reason I do it. So off rip here, we're gonna go ahead and grab the group 292 files. It literally looks to be just the actual bleacher seats, and it looks like afterwards we're actually gonna have to come back in here and grab the bake bleachers. So we need bake bleachers, and group 292 are the objects we're going to be taking from the S067, the Shanghai Bears arena. So let me show you guys here real quick. This is how I organize myself when I'm grabbing these files. I start out and I make a little text. You just bring up Notepad, and for the bleachers I need, so the objects we're looking for are group 292 and bake bleachers. Let me see what the bake bleachers is called exactly. Alright, bake bleachers. So this is what we're looking for right here. So we have our objects. We are going to go ahead, and that's where we're going to start. So let's go ahead and copy group 292. We're going to open the scene file. The new Blender doesn't work for this. If there's an importer for Blender JMO, it'll likely work. As long as you have an importer, it'll work. The problem with the importer is the fact that it's so outdated. Anytime you try to export, like, not any time, but I'd say 75% of the time you try to make any like type of crazy edits, especially with the newer models in Blender, you're gonna get an error on export almost every time, and all the work you just did, you lost it. So I don't waste my time with Blender at all. There's no point unless I'm trying to sculpt an object, create new objects, or manipulate an object that already exists. So that's the only reason for that. So let's go back to our S076. We have our arena.scene for, well, this is the items.scene. We don't, or the arena, let's see actually. So we need to take our arenas.scene from the S015 and the arena.scene from the Shanghai Stadium. We're going to take the arena.scene from the Shanghai Stadium, open it up. Then we're going to open the one from S015. And we're going to right click that and move it to another view. So we have them side by side here. And on the left, we have the Shanghai Stadium. On the right, we got the S015. So we're going to Control F to do a search. We're going to search for Group 292 backwards. There it is. So this is where things start to get wild. All right. So Group 292, right now we're looking at the object for Group 292, and this is where you guys really should look at the scene guide by Mahmoud and I, which is available everywhere out there. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and link it to you guys now. Let me see if I can find it on NLSC. Here we go. Alright guys, so I found it here. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys this link real quick. This is the scene guide made by Mahmoud. Actually put it together. He just kind of picked knowledge from me, and he put this whole thing together. So here's this. If you guys study that documentation, you'll be able to understand 100% what I got going on here. So in the object section is where we're going to start. We have to take Group 292 object. So let's take Group 292. We're just going to do this one object at a time. We're going to Control F on our S015, our right side here, and we're going to look for that object section, which if we do this, search backwards, we're right here. So with the object section, we're going to enter, and we're going to paste this. Make sure we have a comma at the end of it, because we have, it's preceding other objects here. So now we got Group 292. Now we need to target. We got to look for everything else in the scene file that is connected to Group 292. So Monkey Man, Daddy's here. Yes, he is. But we got to find everything connected to Group 292. So we have our object, Group 292. Now we're going to look at the target. Target here tells the object where to look, what model we're going to look for to find the information that is linked to this object. So we're going to paste it here, and we're going to search backwards until we get here to where we see Group 292.model right here. This is the model information for Group 292. We're going to copy this entire thing. So you're going to copy from Group 292 here, and you're going to follow this line that goes straight down from Group 292, the name, all the way down to the curly brace here at the very end of it. It'll be on the same level of the Group 292 line. So we have it. We're going to right click it. We're going to copy. We're going to go to the right side where our arena we're going to put this in is, and we're going to search for the model section now. So we're going to search just like that. We're going to search backwards. Here we are. We're at the model section. We're going to hit enter. We're going to paste, and bam, there is that. Now here's where things get tricky and things get really messy. You need to keep track of specific information within these blocks of code here, because these are the files you have to pull from the other arenas. The way I'm doing this is such an easier way than what you do. What the hell did you do, Monkey Man? Jesus Christ! If this is the easy way, god damn. I don't know what you were doing, man. But back to this. So we have our model information from the other scene into the new one. Now we have to understand that there are files that are connected to this information that we need to have, or else our whole environment's going to break. So let me go ahead and type model here. This is the model stuff we need. So we do actually need a model file, which can be found at the very bottom of the model information right here. This is the model file we need right there. We're going to grab it. And we're going to go ahead and paste it right there, just so we know. This right here is where we're keeping track of everything we need as we go. So we have that model there. And now we're going to look for the next thing, which is the material. We're going to look for the next thing, which is the material that's connected to the model. Material is the textures, the roughness, the normal maps, anything that physically makes an object show up the way it shows is the material. So we're gonna go to this section right here where it says prim. This is going to be your materials that you need. So chair, we need chair right here. So we gotta have chair. We're gonna go ahead and write materials here. So we need chair. We need chair back. And those are all the materials we need for group 292. We can go ahead and put them there. The next thing we're going to look for, we're going to go ahead and look for these materials now. So we have to search backwards now for these specific materials. So first thing we're going to search for is chair. You got to kind of keep going back until you eventually get to the materials section, which if you guys look at the scene guide, you'll be able to easier tell where the materials section is, where the model section is, all that stuff. We're going to go ahead and get this. Keep looking backwards. We're now in the materials section, and we're going to wait until we find a material called chair. Here's the material called chair back. We'll come back to that later. Here is our chair material itself. Right here. So, again, keep an eye on these lines in Notepad++. Follow them, and it will tell you the start and end of all these blocks of code. So chair, this is the chair material in the materials section of the scene. Again, just like everything else, we copy it. We go over to the we're gonna search for the materials section because that's where this is coming from. In the scene we want to put it in. Hit enter and paste that in there. Now we have it in here, but now we need to get the information and the files from the material section that we need to bring over to our other if. So now we have to look for, here's where we're going to look for textures, and we're going to look for the effect and the textures. So we have that copied over now. Let me go to textures here. I'm gonna type textures, and I'm just gonna copy and paste the textures we need for this specific thing here. So we need our pixel map, and you can tell if they're a texture because they'll be right here in the resource section. So we'll need our pixel map, which is chair a1.tga. We're gonna go ahead and get that. We need stands 2D chair normal.tga. Grab that, and that is all the textures we need. And then we need to track the effect now. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this effect right here. We'll see why we need that in just a minute. So make sure you copy this effect, and we're gonna go down here, put it in, bam, there's that. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna be stopping this stream in about 20 minutes. I think I should have this in there by then, and that should be all you guys need to really get going on this. So we have the effect now. We have everything we need as far as the information we need. Now we just need to grab this information. So we have the chair material over there. Oh, we actually need to get the chair back material as well. So let me copy it. We need to search down for the chair back as we passed it. But here we need to grab the chair back material. Grab it. Come back over here to the materials section. Paste it in there. We'll need chair a1.tga, which we've already got in there actually. Stands 2D chair normal.tga, which we actually already have in there, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so we have both those listed already. And just in case, I think that's actually the same effect we have listed on the other one as well. FX5047. Yep. Alright, so we already have that listed there. So we have this information pasted. Now we're going to search backwards for these texture TGAs, which is the information that the textures use here. So let me go grab this right here. So we're going to grab chair a1.tga, and we're going to search backwards for it. We're still in the material section, and here we're in the texture section. This is what the textures look like in the scene. We're going to grab the chair a1.tga. Over here, we're going to go ahead and search backwards for the texture section. There we are, and we can go ahead and paste this at the top, and now that is there. And we need to go get the other texture, which was the stands 2D chair normal.tga, which it's actually right here. I'll just copy it right now, and bam, we have that. So now we need to grab these DDS. We need to grab the names of these DDS files. These DDS files here that we need to take out of here. So we have the stands 2D chair.dds is one of the files we need. And then we also need the chair a1.dds. So these are actual texture like images we're going to be pulling out of the other if. And now the last thing we need is that effect. So we're going to go ahead and look backwards for this right here. And bam, there we are. Now, just so you guys know, the effects section is long as shit. So you kind of got to scroll down for a minute. Just keep an eye on that line. That'll tell that second line there. That'll tell you where the section ends. We're getting pretty close. And there we are at the end of that curly brace. Then we're going to Control F, search backwards once again. We're going to search for the effect section. Kyle, I'll show you in just a minute what we're doing here with the crowds. Let me get through this part first, and we'll get to that. So we're going to paste this in here, and now we have the effect from the other one, right? So when you grab an effect, you have to grab this script right here from the other if. So we're going to go ahead and highlight this script file right here, and we're going to go ahead and put it in here just so we know where to grab it. Let me actually take all these files and put them in the same spot. Just so we know where everything is. Okay, so we have that. And the other thing, when you take the effects section, you need to just... Not every effect uses every shader in the entire if, but the simplest way to go about getting shaders from the effects is to just drag and drop every one of them. So take all shaders is what we're going to go ahead and remind ourselves, that we want to take every single shader file from the if that we're getting these bleachers from and just drag them over to the new if just to save us some time. So we have the script, we have the shaders, we have all the scene information in here we need. This is where we do the easy part, which is move over the files. So we saved our arena.scene. We're going to confirm those changes. So all the scene information for the bleachers, at least the chairs, the bleacher chairs, is in here now in our S015. I'm going to close out of this Blender for a second, save myself some resources. Now we need to go and grab all those files that we've tracked here that are connected to our object. We're going to go ahead and grab them from the if that we are getting this information from. So we're going to go to S067, and the reason I export all the files from here is because you'll need these. It's easier to search in Windows to do this. So we need the stands 2D chair DDS. So we'll just do a quick search, drag it in there. Again, get this DDS here. Search, grab it. Oh, I did not drag that in the right spot. There we go. It's in. We need this script. Go ahead and grab it. Drag it into our if. The model file, we need it. Search for it. Grab it. Drag it into the if. And then we need to take all shaders. So let's go ahead and let's just view all details here. Actually, let's sort by type. We're going to take all the shader files from this if and just drag them over there. All shader files are kind of the same if they're already there, they'll be replaced. It'll be the exact same shaders. There's no different. There's nothing really different going on. It's all the same stuff. So we've dragged them over there, and bam, there we go. We should now have the bleachers from the Shanghai Stadium we won't have the full bleachers model because we haven't taken the baked bleachers object yet, but we will have the seats from the bleachers in the in this environment. So let's check it out. And this will probably be the last thing I do here on stream, guys, because this is the final boss. It's taking objects from different scenes, and once you're able to do that, you can do pretty much anything. It's all about putting your knowledge together and going from there. So as you guys can see now, the seating, again, I don't have the baked bleachers model in here, so it doesn't look right. But we have the seating. We have the seating in here from the Shanghai Arena. So let's take a look real quick. Here we go. This is more accurate to the model, the environment we're trying to create. So we're going to use it this way. And now, like Kyle in the chat was asking, okay, what do we do about crowds? Our crowds don't match up. Well, crowds are one of the easiest things to do as far as grabbing a crowd from another arena. We'll go to our S067, our Shanghai Arena. And we're going to take anything. We're going to sort by name here. And we're going to take anything that says crowd and just drag it over. So, crowd. There we go. There's actually some courtside crowd stuff here. Let me see. We'll go ahead and take the courtside crowd stuff as well. Drag it over. And this should give us a crowd now that matches our bleachers model. I don't know if y'all see, man. I got the juices on deck. Oh shit, I fucking loaded up Sixers Stadium, my fault. Let's load up the Lakers again. Let's hope we did nothing wrong here. Alright, there we go. So as you guys can see, we got a crowd now that matches our bleachers model. Now I know there's some things off in the environment. Again, that would be fixed through cleanup. The cleanup of this whole thing. But, I mean, here it all is. That's how you take models from an external environment and put them in any environment you want. The same concept will work for everything. So when I want to take the baked bleachers from the Shanghai Stadium, I'll do the exact same thing. I'll go grab the scene information, all the files associated with whatever model I'm trying to take out of the scene, and I will put them, put it all in the if I'm trying to get it put into, and I mean, that's that. At that point, you have all the knowledge and all the information you need as far as moving things around with the scene, deleting objects from the scene, moving things in the scene, putting different objects and models in here that you would need. You can make any environment you want in all reality. You just got to think of a way to do it. So, I'll sit here and play around for a minute. Let you guys ask questions if you need to. For about 5 minutes here. But no, this will, and keep in mind, this is my mods test folder, so there's a lot of fucked up shit going on in here right now. But it's because of, this is literally my testing folder. Let's get to the 2K cam here. But yeah, this is how it all works, guys. Once you kind of understand, you know, you'll get in these scenes, you'll toy around with things. You'll kind of experiment with some of the information I've given here, and once you start putting it all together, you start think of different ways to get around different things, and you can really build anything you want. Yeah, goods. I'll be changing this to daytime. This environment's going to look completely different than what you see now. I'm probably gonna it's gonna be a million times cleaner than what you're seeing right here. So, this whole environment's gonna be it's gonna be completely different. Just kind of waiting on some questions from you guys if you have any. Literally anything you guys had to ask that has to do with what I'm doing right now. Ask it, and ask it please right now, because gonna be getting off stream here in about 5 minutes, if nobody has any more questions. Man, actually, you guys turned out pretty well today. I'm surprised as many of you guys actually came and tuned in and watched this as you did. I had about 8 to 10 people consistently the entire time I was doing this. The average watch time is 8 minutes, so people, you know that may be upscaled depending on how long certain people were watching. But I mean, you guys really showed up, so I might make more streams like this in the future, and maybe we'll do things like this where I kind of get on stream and just shoot the shit and make environments and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, glad you liked the tutorial or whatever. It's going to be staying up on my channel for anybody. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream here. Hopefully you guys are able to use this information. Sorry if I went quick, but you can always go back, slow things down, dissect what I did, and use it for yourself. But I'm gonna get off here, guys. Take care, and see you in the future.